Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Alex and I am a systems engineer here at Fortinet. And today I am going to be covering a new feature that was released in 7.4 for FortiAnalyzer. And that is the integration with Microsoft Teams for notifications. In this video, I'm also going to touch on FortiGate and their integration with Microsoft Teams as well, along with FortiGate's integration with Slack, as they are all related to each other. So with that, I'm going to get right into this, share my screen with you, and walk you through how to configure notifications to be sent to a Microsoft Teams channel or a Slack channel. So let's go. So as you can see here, I'm logged into my FortiGate, my FortiAnalyzer here. So let's hop over right into Teams to get this going. So I already have my Teams channel created here. So if you don't already, you'll need to create a channel here. Once you do have this channel created, come up here into the top right and hit the settings button. And in the settings button, you will get the connectors dropdown. You'll need to go ahead and click on connectors. And then what we're looking for in here is going to be incoming webhooks. So once we have, you can search the incoming webhooks if you need to. Should be right at the top here. But we are going to click configure. We need to set up a name for this webhook. So you can name it anything. I'll just name it FortiAnalyzer incidents notifications. You can create a image that will pop up as the avatar for the messages in the channel, or you can just keep it as default. I will keep it as default here. And then we will click create. I'm not going to click create as I already have a connector created for this. So I'm actually going to go under my configured connectors already. And I am just going to show you what mine is. You can see I have two in here already. So if I click manage, this is what it's going to show you after you click create. And what we really need out of here is this URL. So this is going to be our URL for the webhook. So just click the copy button. Once we have the copy button, once we have the URL, sorry, we're pretty much done in Teams at this point right now. So we can come over to our FortiAnalyzer. And the first thing that we want to do here is set up a fabric connector. So you should see the MS Teams connector here. If you don't, just click create new. And under the ITSM connectors, we see Microsoft Teams here. So if you go ahead and click on Teams, you can give this a name. We can just name this Analyzer Teams notifications. So the title, again, you can name this anything. Doesn't really matter at this point right now. So the title can just be anything. So let's just name it notifications. And this is where we are inputting that URL that we got from Teams. So go ahead and paste that in there. And then the HTTP body section, we can leave blank for this. And when we leave it blank, it's going to send the entire log message to our Teams channel or the Slack channel if we're doing this for Slack. So I'll go ahead and click OK. I'm actually just going to delete this as I already have one created for us. So if we come in here and check out my already created one, you can see here I have my webhook URL, HTTP body is blank, and the status is on. Once we have this fabric connector created, the next thing that we need to do is come under incidents and events. So the one thing to note for this integration with Teams right now, it is only integrating with incidents. So if we come under, the next thing that we need to do is create a notification profile. And then we're just going to connect this over to our Fabric connector that we created, which mine is called FortiAnalyzer Incidents. So this will be the name of whatever you named that connector for you. So this is, we're just going to send an alert through Fabric connector, turn that on, and then select the connector from the dropdown. Once we have that selected, click the OK button. The next thing that we're going to do here is come over to our incidents, and from the settings here, we are again going to select our Fabric connector, and it should be listed out here. You can see it's a Teams connector and it is called FortiAnalyzer Incidents. So you can go ahead and select that. And then what we can send notifications for is when an incident is created, when an incident is updated, or when an incident is deleted. Now, the only caveat here is that when an incident is created, if it is created in a new status, it will not trigger a notification. So any incident that's created needs to have a status, anything other than new, and it will get sent over to the Teams channel. So we can click OK there. And now we should be able to test this out. So if I delete an incident, if I create one, if one is triggered by a playbook to create an incident, as long as it's not a new status, that will get sent over. So I'm just going to go ahead and manually create a new incident. So we can make this anything here. Let's just say it's a malicious code, severity medium, status, anything other than new. So let's do analysis. And then for description, we can say this is a new incident. And then you can assign it to anybody, or you can leave it blank. I'll just go ahead and assign it to the admin user. And we should see this update sent over to our Teams channel. So if I come back over to my Teams channel, you can see here that I have a new incident alert. So you can see the incident has an ID number. The change type, this is a brand new incident that was created. It does give you a timestamp. It's not necessarily readable, but this can be further customized if we come back to our Fabric connector and we play around with the HTTP body. I am not versed in HTTP language, so this is outside the realm of my expertise, but if you wanted the message to read differently, you can just change the HTTP body here. You will also get updates sent to the Teams channel if an incident is updated. So if we come back to the incident and we edit and we change the status from analysis to we are closing this to remediated. Let's change that status. Now we should get another notification sent over. And you can see this is the new notification. And you can see the revision now is set to 1. So there's been one edit made to this incident, and it was an update here. This will also trigger an notification to the Microsoft Teams channel when we delete an incident. So if you go ahead and delete this one, we'll see that we get another notification sent over here. And you can see this is our delete here. And you can see the change type is delete. So that's going to do it for the Microsoft Teams integration with FortiAnalyzer in firmware 7.4. Now I am going to move over to the Microsoft Teams and Slack integration within FortiGate. So if we come down into the security fabric and automation, the integration is going to be within our automation stitches. So if I already have a couple pre-made stitches. So let's go ahead and I'll create one from new, and I won't save it. I will just create the same thing and then come back and show you the one that I've already created. So test send admin logout. So a very common trigger that I see from customers is they want to get alerts when an admin logs into the device or a admin logs out, or there's a failed login attempt, so on and so forth. So you can accomplish that very easily by getting those from the OS event log. So if we go ahead and click create and we scroll down, there's the option for FortiOS event log. And if you hit the plus button for event and we just search admin, there are all these events related to what an admin does. So for this one, we're going to do that an admin login was successful. And you would click OK. I already do have this one created, so we are not going to create it. I'm just going to select this one already. You can see my admin login event here, and the log is admin login successful. So let's go ahead and select that, click apply. And then this is where the action is going to happen, and we're going to tell it to send a Teams notification to our channel. So I, again, already have these created, but if you start from scratch, you click the create and you click Microsoft Teams notification. So this is where you're going to need to paste in that webhook URL. So let's go ahead and just paste that in here. Now, if you leave this to the text as just log, it will send the entire raw log to the Teams channel. We can further customize what that message looks like. For now, I'm going to show you what that looks like, and then I'll show you how you can further customize what the message looks like in the Teams channel. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this out completely. I'm going to come back into the one that I've already created, which is my admin login team notification one here. So if I double click, you can see that my trigger is my admin login. My action is my Teams integration here. So if I click the edit button, you can see that I have further edited this. But let's just go ahead and put in the log, the entire log file, just so you can get an idea of what that looks like. So let's click OK here. We do need to select this and click apply, and then click OK. So now when we log into the device, we should see a Teams notification here. And there we go. There is our Teams message, and you can see it's the entire log file here. So it's going to give you the entire raw log. It does look a little messy, but it does give you all of the information related to the login. If you wanted to further customize what this message actually looks like, you can do that. As an example, I'll come back into my automation stitch here, and I'm going to edit this again. And I'm going to edit what this text looks like. So I'm going to say, I want my message to say what user logged in and what device did they actually log into. So to do that, we're going to pull from the log, the raw log, but we're going to extract what the user, who the user was. So you would do log.user, and then you can just type in any plain text here. So we're going to say user has logged into, and then we can pull out the device ID name. So if we come over here, from the raw log, you can pull out any information from here just by using the handler, whatever the handler is called. So if we want to do it by device ID, we'll do log.device ID. And then I will save this. Click apply and click OK. And let's go ahead and test that again. And now you can see the message that was created, admin has logged into, and this is my device ID name. So that's how you would further customize what that message actually looks like in the Teams channel. You can see I also have created an automation stitch for when an admin logs out. And this will be my log out notification. And again, I just pulled from the event log when an admin logs out. Now I'm going to move over into configuring Slack notifications, which is going to be very, very similar. So first thing that we need to do is set up the channel for webhooks and then grab our webhook URL. So if we come over in your Slack application, come under more and then click apps, and then you search for webhook. And then from webhooks, click add, and it will bring you to the web browser for adding webhooks, and you would click add to Slack. And then you're going to select whatever channel that you want to post messages to. I'm just going to choose my own personal channel, which is direct messages to myself. And then I would click add webhooks integration. Now, again, I've already done this, so I'm going to close out of this page, but just move over to the one that I've already created here. And this is really what we want here. So this is the webhook URL. And then if we click create new, it's going to look exactly the same as what we did, just switching up the action on here. So if we do admin login, and from our action, we would click create and then Slack notification and paste in our webhook URL and then whatever we want that message to look like. So if we keep it at log, it's going to be our raw log. You can further customize what that looks like. So again, I already have this created, so I'm going to cancel out of this and just show you the one that I've already created. So Slack admin notification. And you can just see kind of what mine looks like. So I have user has logged into device ID, same as before. And now let's go ahead and log out, and we will log back in. And if I come under my channel here, you can see that I have messages relating to when I just logged into. Admin has logged into, and then my device ID name. And then you can see how I had it before, where it's just the entire raw log here. So that's going to do it for this demonstration. Let me stop sharing here. So that is the integration with FortiGate and FortiAnalyzer, sending notifications to a Teams channel within Slack or Microsoft Teams. I hope this is useful. This is something that a lot of my customers that I work with are looking for. They want notifications sent to them for anything that happens, really. Anything that their organization feels is pertinent to them. A lot of times they are looking for admin logins. It could be that they want a Teams notification sent when, let's say, a compromised host was detected or an antivirus log was generated on the FortiGate. So you can also configure emails, which I can show in a later video. A lot of times companies and their IT have issues with people not checking emails. So that's why they like these Teams channel notifications. And those can be sent directly as push notifications to your phone if you have those turned on for Teams or Slack. So thought this was a useful video. A lot of my customers are looking for this. As always, if anybody has questions or need help, go ahead and just post in the comments, and I am happy to help. Thanks everyone for sticking around.